and I know that most successful people do this. Wake up! I hope that you can be inspired by what I do.
And I need you to understand that the bigger your dream is, the earlier you're going to have to get up.
I am quite famous in my community, at least for my commitment to my morning routine. I do not deviate from it for any reason. Even when I travel, even when I'm on vacation, the morning routine is preserved. And I figured this out a long time ago, realizing that as an entrepreneur working for myself, if I didn't start the day off the way that I intended it, my day was just going to run me over. I wake up in the morning around 6:30 without an alarm.
Get up right, 5:10 most days, my wife and I. We work out. We eat a healthy breakfast with our children. I usually get in a good 30 to 40 minutes of reading. And this is all before I get on my email or anything else, right? This is all quiet time. There's a lot less distractions in the morning.
Oftentimes I'll get up about 5:45. I start to rock into my day, and oftentimes by about 8 o'clock, I've got some phone calls set up. And I always try and get a workout in there, because if I'm not working out, then I'm not creative. I have routines that I like to place in there where they fit, but I never compromise.
The latest I'll get up is 6:30. Sometimes I'll be in the office as early as maybe 5. The first 3 hours of the day, what I try to do is get to the office as fast as I can. So I try to spend the early part of the morning before other people get in doing study time, because the office heats up around 8:30 or 9. And so I'm most creative in the morning, and that's when I'm knocking out the kind of stuff that I study.
I just want to be the hardest worker in the room. Like, I refuse for anybody to outwork me. So I get up at 4 right away. Then I focus on one thing that I'm really proud of yesterday. Just a little thing that I was really proud of yesterday. Get that dopamine hit of success right away.
Get up at 6 a.m. every day. Just do it now.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up out of your sleep, wake up.
So I get up at 6, but from 6 to 7:30 is sort of my private time.
Wake up!
I get ready, I get all prepped to do my day, and I don't really get onto anything like emails or anything else until I've had at least an hour and a half to acclimate for the day, set out my goals. I look at my calendar, what have I got to do today? Check it out, but kind of pre-pave the day, as opposed to when you have to jump out of bed and run straight screaming into the office. I will always make sure I have time in the morning.
Get up at 6 a.m. every day.
Get up at 6.
6:30 without an alarm.
I get up at 4.
I get up at 6:30.
I usually get up around 6 in the morning. I'm at work usually around 7:30, and that gives me about an hour before most people show up, so I have some time to prepare even ahead of the day starting.
If I wake up early, usually before 6 o'clock, and that always gives me a chance to clear my head.
I usually came in very early at 5.
I get up early. This morning I got up at 3 o'clock, and I don't always get up at 3, but I typically up at 4:30 or 5. And I do that because that's the only part of the day you really control.
Usually I get up at 5 a.m. Every once in a while I'll go to 5:30, 5:40.
Anywhere between 4:30 and 5 every single morning.
Between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock I have my morning routine. Like most great truths in life, that seems counterintuitive. But the reality is, if you want to get more done,
wake up!
So I'm usually up between 6 and 6:30.
Getting up at 6, that's the ideal time for me to wake up.
I get up like at 6 in the morning.
I wake up at 5 every day. I actually find that it really works for me because my brain is clear and I can go to the most important things right away.
I wake up around 5. I think it was an effective way to live.
Plan your day before your day. I get up around 4:30.
Wake up at about 5:30.
I'll be up at 4:30 in the morning. Every single morning.
We're usually up by 5:30.
I'm an early riser, so about 6.
I get up at 5:55 a.m. I know it's very precise and strange, but it's just my time to get up an hour before my world starts to get busy, and I focus on myself.
Wake up before 6.
Just do it now.
So I'm up at 5. I look forward to it.
Those 4 hours are crucial for me. It sort of sets up my day, my mental space. I'm up at 4:30.
So I use this strategy because I had to get up at 4:30 in the morning. Just took a page out of the wealthy people, the self-made millionaires in my study. That morning routine been paying off like crazy for me. I think that's why wealthy people do it.
And I wake up every day around 6:30.
During the season, it's usually 4:35.
5:30, I'm getting up in the morning. It's a way to win the day before the day starts.
I'm up every morning at about 4:30. The first hour is for me. Why did I make it 4:30? Because nobody else is awake. Nobody's going to bother me. That time belongs to me.
I've never woken up on the morning of a speech any later than 2 a.m.
But I'll wake up at 3, and I'll look at the clock and I'll say, you got to be kidding, it's 3 a.m. And then I'll say to myself, look,
You're not going to sleep anyway, so you might as well just get up and go in.
Walked to my office 6:15. I spent it, and I took that time to plan my day, answer all my emails, hour and 40. Boy, just get myself set up, know exactly where I'm going to spend the day, what I'm going to do, what I'm not going to do, answer people, and it's chaos for the rest of the day.
What if you're not the only one that wants what you want? What if there are thousands of other people who want what you want? You have to outwork them. You got to outgrind them. You got to get up earlier.
When you hit the snooze, you lose, and now the rest of the day you just kind of feel bad.
The clock doesn't care about your situation. Time doesn't care if you're ready or not. The sun rises whether you choose to get up or not. That's the beauty of it all. The choice is yours, and the choice you make today shapes who you become tomorrow. I want to talk to you about 3 simple things that can change everything in your life. Just 3. But don't be fooled by their simplicity. Most people miss the power of simple disciplines practiced every day. They're looking for the complicated answer, the magic solution, the quick fix. Meanwhile, success leaves clues, and those clues are often found in the most basic habits. Wake up earlier, work harder, say nothing. You see, I learned a long time ago that success is nothing more spectacular than doing things of value every day. It's not about one home run. It's about showing up to practice day after day after day. Some days you hit, some days you miss, but you show up every single day. Now let me ask you something. What time did you get up this morning? And more importantly, what did you do with that first hour? Because I'll tell you something, that first hour of your day sets the tone for everything that follows. The early morning has gold in its mouth. Not actual gold, of course, but opportunity. Opportunity that most people sleep right through. While others are dreaming about success, the achievers are already up, already planning, already growing. You know what fascinates me about waking up early? It's entirely within your control. You don't need permission. You don't need special skills. You don't need money or connections or anything else. You just need to decide. That alarm goes off, and you have a choice to make. Hit snooze and stay the same, or get up and begin to change. Now, I'm not talking about just setting your alarm earlier and dragging yourself out of bed feeling miserable. That's not the point. I'm talking about giving yourself the gift of time, time that belongs just to you before the demands of the day come calling. Time to think, to plan, to prepare, to grow. When you wake up at 5 a.m. instead of 7 a.m., you've just created 14 extra hours in your week. Think about that. Almost 2 full work days of additional time that most people never find. What could you do with 14 extra hours? Learn a new skill, read those books you've been putting off, exercise, plan your day, work on that side business, spend time in thought and reflection. The early morning is magical because the world is quiet. No phones ringing, no emails dinging, no people asking for things. Just you and your thoughts and your goals and your plans. Look at history's greatest achievers. Benjamin Franklin started his day at 5 a.m. So did Ernest Hemingway. So does Tim Cook of Apple. So does Howard Schultz, who built Starbucks. The list goes on and on. Are they superhuman? No. Do they need less sleep than you? Probably not. They simply made a choice to give themselves the advantage of those early morning hours when their mind is fresh and the world is still quiet. Now, some of you might be thinking, that sounds nice, but you don't understand my situation. Maybe you work night shifts. Maybe you have small children. Maybe you have health issues that affect your sleep. I understand. Not everyone can wake up at 5 a.m., but here's the thing. The principle remains the same even if the timing changes. The question is, are you controlling your time, or is your time controlling you? Are you giving your best hours to your most important priorities? Or are you giving your leftover energy to what matters most? Because that's what waking up earlier really represents, taking control of your time instead of letting your time control you. Think about what happens when you oversleep. You rush, you skip breakfast, you feel behind all day, you're reactive instead of proactive, you're playing catch up from the moment your feet hit the floor. Now contrast that with giving yourself an extra hour in the morning. You move with purpose, not panic. You have time to think, to plan, to center yourself. You're making choices rather than just responding to whatever comes your way. You're setting the tone for your day rather than letting your day set the tone for you. The early morning is also when your willpower is strongest. Research shows that willpower is like a muscle. It gets tired as the day goes on. That's why it's easier to skip the gym after a long day of making decisions at work. Your willpower muscle is exhausted. But in the morning, that muscle is fresh and ready for exercise. So when you tackle your most challenging tasks in those early hours, you're giving them your strongest self. Here's another thing about waking up earlier. It's a keystone habit. That means it's one of those habits that, once established, tends to lead to other positive habits almost automatically. When you start your day with an act of self-discipline, it becomes easier to maintain that self-discipline throughout the day. The person who gets up at 5 a.m. to exercise is more likely to make healthy food choices at lunch. The person who rises early to read and learn is more likely to look for growth opportunities throughout the day. The person who begins the morning by planning their day is more likely to stay focused on those plans when distractions arise. One small change, setting your alarm for an earlier time, can create a ripple effect that touches every area of your life. That's the power of a keystone habit. But here's the catch. This doesn't happen overnight. There's an adjustment period. Your body needs time to adapt to a new sleep schedule. Your mind needs time to embrace a new routine. The first few days, maybe even the first few weeks, will feel challenging. That's where most people quit. They try getting up early for a day or two, feel tired and uncomfortable, and decide this isn't for me. What they don't understand is that discomfort is part of the process. It's the price of admission. It's the cost of growth. Think about it this way. When you go to the gym and lift weights, what happens? Your muscles feel sore. That soreness is a signal that growth is happening. The same is true when you change your sleep habits. The initial discomfort is a signal that you're growing, changing, becoming something new. The question is, are you willing to endure short-term discomfort for long-term gain? Because that's what separates the achievers from the dreamers. The achievers understand that feeling good is not the same as doing good. Sometimes the most important things we can do don't feel good at all, at least not at first. So how do you make this transition easier? Start small. Don't try to wake up 2 hours earlier right away. Begin with 15 minutes. Once that feels comfortable, add another 15 minutes. Small steps lead to big changes when taken consistently over time. And have a plan for those early morning hours. Don't just wake up early to scroll through social media or watch TV. That defeats the purpose. Use that time for something meaningful, something that moves you closer to your goals. Maybe it's exercise. Maybe it's reading. Maybe it's working on that side business. Maybe it's quiet reflection and planning. Whatever it is, make sure it's something that matters to you, something that creates value in your life. Because here's what I know for sure. The way you spend your time is the way you spend your life. And when you give the best hours of your day to your highest priorities, you send a powerful message to yourself and to the universe about what matters most to you. Waking up earlier is just the beginning. The second piece of our success formula is equally powerful. Now I can already hear some of you thinking, work harder. I am already working as hard as I can. And maybe you are. But let me challenge you to think about what working hard really means. Working hard isn't about being busy. Busy is easy. Anyone can be busy. Busy is rushing around, checking email constantly, attending meeting after meeting, exhausting yourself with activity. No, working hard means something different. It means focusing your energy on the things that create the most value. It means doing what's difficult but necessary, not what's easy but unnecessary. It means being productive, not just active. Let me share a story. A young man came to a philosopher and said he wanted to be successful. The philosopher took the young man to the ocean, walked him into the water until it was up to their shoulders, then pushed the young man's head under the water and held him there until he was gasping for air. When he finally let the young man up, the philosopher said, When you want success as badly as you wanted air just now, then you'll have it. That's what working hard really means. Wanting your goals so badly that you'll do whatever it takes to achieve them. It means having that hunger, that drive, that overwhelming desire to succeed. You know what most people do? They dabble. They try a little of this, a little of that. They work hard when they feel like it, when it's convenient, when it's comfortable. They want the results without the effort, the harvest without the planning, the victory without the battle. But life doesn't work that way. You can't plant apple seeds and expect to harvest oranges. You can't put in average effort and expect extraordinary results. The universe rewards effort. Consistent, focused, determined effort. I'm reminded of something my mentor, Earl Shove, told me many years ago. He said, Jim, never wish it was easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for fewer problems, wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenge, wish for more wisdom. That's the mindset of someone who understands what it means to work hard. They don't shrink from challenges. They rise to meet them. They don't complain about obstacles. They find ways around, over, or through them. They don't make excuses. They make progress. Working hard also means doing what others aren't willing to do. It means showing up when others don't. It means staying late when others go home. It means reading one more book, making one more call, trying one more approach when others have given up. But here's what's interesting about hard work. It gets easier over time. Not because the work itself becomes easier, but because you become stronger. Your capacity grows, your stamina increases, your skills sharpen. What once seemed impossible becomes merely challenging. What once seemed challenging becomes routine. This is the miracle of personal growth. You're not the same person you were a year ago, and you won't be the same person a year from now. The question is, will you be stronger or weaker? More skilled or less skilled? Better or worse? The answer depends on how hard you're willing to work today. Now, some people here work harder and immediately think it means having no life outside of work. That's not what I'm saying at all. In fact, the hardest workers I know are often the ones who have the richest lives outside of work. They understand the importance of balance, of renewal, of relationships, but they also understand something many people miss. The quality of your rest depends on the quality of your work. When you know you've given your best, when you know you've earned your rest, it's sweeter, more satisfying, more rejuvenating. The person who works half-heartedly all day, then collapses on the couch at night, isn't truly resting. They're just escaping. But the person who works with focus and intensity, who pushes themselves beyond what's comfortable, who tackles the difficult tasks that create real value, that person experiences genuine rest, genuine satisfaction. Working hard also means working smart. It means understanding the difference between activity and productivity. It means focusing on what matters most, not just what's in front of you. It means asking better questions, making better priorities. Overcoming that natural tendency requires something more powerful than nature. It requires philosophy. It requires a set of beliefs, values, and principles that guide your choices, even when those choices aren't easy or comfortable. My philosophy is simple. Life is hard. It's supposed to be hard. The hardness is what gives it value. If success were easy, everyone would be successful, and then it wouldn't mean anything. The very difficulty of achievement is what makes it worthwhile. Think about anything of value in your life. Did it come easily, or did you have to work for it? Your education, your relationships, your skills, your achievements. The most valuable things in life usually come at the price of effort, sacrifice, and yes, hard work. That's why I say, don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish for fewer problems. Wish for more wisdom to solve those problems. Don't resent the challenge. Welcome it, because the challenge is what makes you stronger. Wishing hard also requires something else. Patience. We live in an instant society. Fast food, fast internet, fast everything. We've been conditioned to expect immediate results, but meaningful achievement doesn't work that way. The results of hard work often lag behind the work itself. You might work diligently for months before seeing tangible progress. You might put in thousands of hours before reaching mastery. You might face setback after setback before finally breaking through. That delay between effort and reward is where most people quit. They work hard for a week, a month, maybe even a year, don't see the results they expected, and conclude this isn't working. They give up just before the breakthrough. But the achievers, the successful, the accomplished, they understand that delay. They expect it. They plan for it. And most importantly, they persist through it. They keep working, keep improving, keep believing, even when the evidence of success isn't yet visible. That's the test of character. Not whether you can work hard when everyone is watching and applauding, but whether you can work hard when no one notices, when the rewards seem distant, when doubt creeps in and giving up seems reasonable. Anyone can work hard for a day. Some can work hard for a week or a month. But those who can work hard year after year through disappointment and setback, through criticism and indifference, those are the ones who eventually succeed on a level most people can hardly imagine. Let me tell you what happens when you talk too much about your goals. Your plans, your intentions. You get a small sense of satisfaction just from the talking. Your brain experiences a little hit of pleasure, a little sense of accomplishment. And that small satisfaction reduces your drive to actually do the thing you're talking about. Studies have shown this. When you tell someone your goal and they acknowledge it, your brain can mistake that acknowledgement for actual achievement. You feel like you've made progress even when you haven't taken any concrete action. That's why some of the most effective people are also some of the quietest. They don't talk about what they're going to do, they just do it.
In a Fox 23 television exclusive, a local company is taking small businesses to new leaps and bounds by linking them up with world-class education from millionaires, moguls, and everyday success stories. Fox 23 Sharon Phillips is live downtown on why it could have a big impact on our local economy.
It's already changing the face of small business right here in Tulsa.
We have to determine that we're going to live before we die.
One quick glance at this wall, and it's clear that CEO Clay Clark knows what he's talking about. Right now, he is one of America's most sought-after business and entrepreneurship coaches. He's working to teach entrepreneurs specifically what they need to start and grow a business.
Marketing, sales, PR. But that Clay Clark, man, he is one character.
It's a good word for him, character. Yeah, that is it.
Good, driven, smart. And I've never met a guy who was so hyper all the time. He's doing so much good. And then I met his mother, and she just says, she just lets him be Clay Clark. I mean, so he's endorsed by his mother, and he's doing magnificent work. So it was great meeting you out there and all the people that he surrounds himself with. Clay Clark starts his days at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, it's incredible. Yeah, he's a machine. He's a machine.
Yeah. But I have problems with my company starting at 9 o'clock. Yes, hundreds of people showing up at 5 a.m. in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Man, he's a leader of a leader. He's a fantastic young man.
Oh, he is.
Clay Clark is here somewhere. Where's my buddy Clay? Clay's the greatest. I met his goats today. I met his dogs. I met his chickens. I saw his compound. He's like the greatest guy.
I ran from his goats, his chickens, his dogs.
So this guy's like the greatest marketer you've ever seen, right? His entire life, Clay Clark, his entire life is marketing.
4,000% from February to February. Now I can better that. Okay, Clay, I don't think you know this. I don't think you know this. I'm pinching myself, and if I cry, forgive me. In the last 2.5 days, we have bettered our entire month of February in the last 2.5 days. So, and the phone's blowing up. Everything's just blowing up. You're right. It is like a rocket ship. So we're pinching ourselves, actually.
I learned at the academy in Kings Point in New York. Acta non verba. Watch what a person does, not what they say.
Okay, Aaron Antis, guess who's joining us for the December 4th and 5th, 2025 Thrivetime Show Business Growth Workshop?
Whoa. Ooh,
Santa Claus?
No, we will not be joined by Santa Claus, but we will be joined by Eric Trump, the son of the 45th and now 47th president of these United States. And yes, Amanda Grace will be in the place. And yes, Dr. Stella Manuel will be there, so you know it will go well. Yes, we have Mel K in the house. Pastor Phil and Tammy Hotson-Pillar will be hosting this event at their beautiful church right there in sunny Anaheim, California. Yes, folks, make this a December to remember.
He's fresh.
Make this a December to remember and join us at the 2-day interactive business growth workshops. For over 20 years, folks, I've been hosting business growth workshops where we're going to teach you marketing, sales systems, human resources, accounting, social media marketing, branding, sales training, search engine optimization, accounting, workflow development, financial management, all this and more. How do you get tickets? Go to thrivetimeshow.com. Again, how do you get tickets? Go to thrivetimeshow.com and request tickets today. And now Eric Trump, people don't know this, but the Trump organization has thousands of employees. There's not 50 employees. The Trump organization, again, most people don't know this, but the Trump organization has thousands of employees. And while Donald J. Trump was the 45th president of these United States, and this just in from our home office, President Donald J. Trump is now the 47th president of these United States as well.
I'm Ron Burgundy?
He needed someone to run the companies for him. And so the man that runs the Trump organization for Donald J. Trump, as he was the 45th president of the United States and now the 47th president of the United States, is Eric Trump. And so Eric Trump is here to talk about time management, promoting from within, marketing, branding, quality control, sales systems, workflow design, workflow mapping, how to build. I mean, everything that you see, the Trump hotels, the Trump golf courses, all their products, the man who manages billions of dollars of real estate and thousands of employees is here to teach us how to do it.
You are talking about one of the greatest brands on the planet from a business standpoint.
Right.
I mean, who else has been able to create a brand like the Trump brand? I mean, look at it. And this is the man behind the business for the last pretty much since 2015. He's been the man behind it. So you're talking, we're into 9 going into 10 years of him running it, and we get to tap into that knowledge. That's going to be amazing.
Now, think about this for a second.
Nothing is over until we decide it is. Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor?
German? Forget it, he's rolling.
And it ain't over now.
The lineup continues to grow, and this is how we do our tickets here at the Thrivetime Show. If you want to get a VIP ticket, you can absolutely do it. It's $500 for a VIP ticket. We've always done it that way. Now, if you want to take a general admission ticket, it's $250 or whatever price you want to pay. And the reason why I do that, and the reason why we do that is because we want to make our events affordable for everybody. I grew up without money. I totally understand what it's like to be in a tight spot. So if you want to attend, it's $250 or whatever price you want to pay. That's how I do it. And it's $500 for a VIP ticket. Now, we only have limited seating here with...
Whoa. There's a lot of togetherness and closeness, camaraderie.
So again, if you want to get tickets for this event, all you have to do is go to thrivetimeshow.com. Go to thrivetimeshow.com. When you go to thrivetimeshow.com, you'll go there, you'll request a ticket, boom. Or if you want to text to me, if you want a little bit faster service, you say, I want you to call me right now. Just text my number. It's my cell phone number, my personal cell phone number. We'll keep that private between you, me, everybody. We'll keep that private. And anybody. Don't share that with anybody except for everybody. That's my private cell phone number. It's 918-851-0102. 918-851-0102. I know we have a lot of Spanish-speaking people that attend these conferences. And so to be bilingually sensitive, my cell phone number is 918-851-0102.
That is not actually bilingual. That's just saying Juan for a one. It's not the same thing.
I think you're attacking me. Now, let's talk about this. Now, what kind of stuff will you learn at the Thrivetime Show workshop? So, Aaron, you've been to many of these over the past 7-8 years. So let's talk about it. I'll tee up the thing, and then you tell me what you're going to learn here, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
You're going to learn marketing and branding. What are we going to learn about marketing and branding?
Oh, yeah. We're going to dive into, so many people say, I got to get my brand known out there, like the Trump brand, right? You want to get that brand out there. It's like, how do I actually make people know what my business is and make it a a household name. You're going to learn some intricacies of how you can do that.
You're going to learn sales. So many people struggle to sell something. This just in, your business will go to hell if you can't sell. So we're going to teach you sales. We're going to teach you search engine optimization, how to come up top in the search engine results. We're going to teach you how to manage people. Aaron, you have managed, no exaggeration, hundreds of people throughout your career and thousands of contractors. And most people struggle with managing people. Why does everybody have to learn how to manage people?
Well, because first of all, you either have great people or you have people who suck. And so it can be a challenge. Learning how to work with a large group of people and get everybody pulling in the same direction can be a challenge. But if you have the right systems, you have the right processes, and you're really good at selecting great ones, and we have a process we teach about how to find great people. When you start with the people who have a great attitude, they're teachable, they're driven, all of those things, then you can get those people all pulling in the same direction.
So we're going to teach you branding, marketing, sales, search engine optimization. We're going to teach you accounting. We're going to teach you personal finance, how to manage your finance. We're going to teach you time management. How do you manage your time? How do you get more done during a typical day? How do you build an organization if you're not organized? How do you do organization? How do you build an org chart? Everything that you need to know to start and grow a business will be taught during this 2-day interactive business workshop. Now, let me tell you how the format is set up here. And again, folks, this is a 2-day interactive 15. Think about this, folks. It's 2 days. Each day it starts at 7 a.m. and it goes until 5 p.m. So from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., 2 days. It's a 2-day interactive workshop. The way we do it is we do a 30-minute teaching session, and then we break for 15 minutes for a question and answer session. So, Aaron, what kind of great stuff happens during that 15-minute question and answer session after every teaching session?
I actually think it's the best part about the workshops, because here's what happens. I've been to lots of these things over the years. I've paid many thousands of dollars to go to them. And you go in there and they talk in vague generalities, and they're constantly upselling you for something, trying to get you to buy this thing or that thing or this program or this membership. And you leave not getting your very specific questions answered about your business or your employees or what you're doing on your marketing. And what's awesome about this is we literally answer every single question that any person asks, and it's very specific to what your business is.
And what we do is we allow you as the attendee to write your questions on the whiteboard.
Yep.
And then we literally, as you mentioned, we answer every single question on the whiteboard. And then we take a 15-minute break to stretch. And this is also your opportunity to meet some of the great speakers like Pastor Dave Scarlett. You can meet Mel Kay. You could meet Amanda Grace. You could meet Dr. Stella Emanuel. You could just grab a coffee. You could find some alone time. You could get lost in the bathroom. You could try to go and get a photo with one of the speakers. You could try to photobomb a photo where someone else is getting a photo with the speakers. You could go attempt to find your phone, wallet, and your keys.
My phone, wallet, keys, yeah, phone, wallet, keys.
Whoa.
Now that's a good idea.
Well, it's going to be great. And then you're in the company of hundreds of entrepreneurs. So there's not a lot of people in America today. In fact, there's less than 10 million people today, according to U.S. Debt Clock, that identify as being self-employed. So if you have a country with 350 million people, that means you have less than 3% of our population that's even self-employed. Yeah. So you only have 3 out of every 100 people in America that are self-employed to begin with. And when Inc. magazine reports that 96% of businesses fail by default, you have a 1 out of 1,000 chance of succeeding in the game of business. But yet the average client that you and I work with, we can typically double this. And this is no hyperbole, no exaggeration. And I have thousands of testimonials to back this up. We have thousands of testimonials to back it up. But when you work with a home builder, when I work with a business owner, we can typically double the size of the company within 24 months.
Yeah.
Double. And you say double? Yeah, there's businesses that we have tripled. There's businesses we've grown 8x. There's so many examples you can see at thrivetimeshow.com. But again, this is the most interactive, best business workshop on the planet. This is objectively the highest rated and most reviewed business workshop on the planet. Whoa. Add to that, Eric Trump, the man that runs the Trump Organization. You say, Clay, I'm not going to get a ticket unless you give me more. Okay, fine. We're going to serve you the same meal both days. True story. We cater in the food, and because I keep it simple, I literally bring in the same food both days for lunch.
Who's with me? Let's go! Come on! Hey!
It's an incredible Mexican restaurant. That's going to happen. Someone says, I want more. This is not enough.
Give me more.
Okay, I'm not going to mention their names right now because I'm working on it behind the scenes here. But we just continue to add more and more success stories. So if you're out there today and you want to change your life, you want to give yourself an incredible gift, you want a life-changing experience, you want to learn how to start and grow a company, go to thrivetimeshow.com. Go there right now, thrivetimeshow.com. Request a ticket for the 2-day interactive event. Again, the event's going to be on December 4th and 5th in sunny Anaheim, California. Great weather. Make this a December to remember. Eric Trump, the man who leads the Trump organization. It's going to be a blasty blast. There's no upsells. Aaron, I could not be more excited about this event.
I think it is incredible. And there's somebody out there right now, you're watching and you're like, but I already signed up for this incredible other program called Smoke Your Way to Thin. I think that's going to change your life. I promise you, this will be 10 times better than that.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit smoking.
Don't do the Smoke Your Way to Thin conference. That is, I've tried it. Don't do it.
Yeah, chain smoking is not a viable. I mean, it is life-changing. It is life-changing. If you become a chain smoker, it is life-changing.
Not the best weight loss program, though.
Right, really. So if you're looking to have life-changing results in a way that won't cause you to have a stoma, get your tickets at thrivetimeshow.com. Again, that's Aaron Antis. I'm Clay Clark, and reminding you and inviting you to come out to the 2-day interactive Thrivetime Show workshop in beautiful Anaheim, California.
I'm Kay Dixon. I'm from Sarasota, Florida.
I'm Vince Suzuki, also from Sarasota, Florida.
He dragged me here.
Yep, was here in 2018, and it changed my business, and I built another business, and now I'm here to do it again with this business. So.
Yeah, I'm a brand strategist, and it's been really easy to go to a lot of events like this and just leave really in your head like what to do next. And already there's the strategic, step-by-step, real-life implementation that we can do to our business. And I'm so grateful to be here and very excited that Eric Trump is here, and that is going to be epic.
Hi, my name is Erica, and it has been amazing being here. The conference, I'm learning so much. Everything is perfect for me.
But that Clay Clark, man, he is one character.
It's a good word for him, character. Yeah, that is it.
Good, driven, smart. And I've never met a guy who was so hyper all the time. He's doing so much good. And then I met his mother, and she just says, she just lets him be Clay Clark. I mean, so he's endorsed by his mother, and he's doing magnificent work. So it was great meeting you out there and all the people that he surrounds himself with. Clay Clark starts his days at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, it's incredible. Yeah, he's a machine. He's a machine.
Yeah. But I have problems with my company starting at 9 o'clock. Yes, hundreds of people showing up at 5 a.m. in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Man, he's a leader of a leader. He's a fantastic young man.
Oh, he is. He is. Yeah. And it's for the folks that aren't familiar with you, and probably few and far between, I first came across you, gosh, probably 15 years ago, or maybe even